and now it's gonna be a ride. Ride the garage gamer leads the way with his crew, then here to stay. Another late night with the garage gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Chris Thomas, Soul Jackson's Media Grounds, movie reviews and gaming sounds. Eric the Professor, knowledge so deep, gaming history, secrets and keeps. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Chris from the Soul Jackson's Media Grounds, movie reviews and gaming sounds. Eric the Professor, knowledge so deep, gaming history, secrets he keeps. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Nathan the 8-bit legend, old school cool, retro games, he's the rule. Travis the PC master, tech so fine, building rigs, crossing the line. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. So grab your snacks and settle in. The Garage Gamer show is about to begin. Late night with the Garage Gamer. Let the game...
What up, what up? Late Night Live, episode 53. We got most of the gangs here. Maybe Eric's on his way. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he's playing Balatro. Someone might need to message him.
I'll do it. I'll give me a second. I got it.
Okay. I know how those Balatro runs, once you get going, you don't want to stop, right, Chris?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to stop playing that game once you start.
Right.
That's why you don't start. And
No.
No, you can quit
Join
anytime
us,
you want.
Nathan. Join
quit.
us.
we've already discussed this.
One of us. One of us.
You can quit anytime. Meatball Saucy, it's a little late. What? What are you talking about?
Meatball Saucy, I thought you were going to make an appearance yesterday at the the pinball thing, but it's all good.
It's all good. Chris, Ace of Jacks Media Grounds, what's up, my man? We missed you yesterday.
Yeah, I had to work early, so I wasn't able to make it.
Well, that's not an excuse, because I had to work early too.
Were you there at 2 in the morning?
4:30 in the morning, so.
Oh, well. I think I got you beat for a couple hours.
Oh, all right. He's up early. All right. You play any games this week, sir?
I did go back to Mario and Luigi Brothership, and I am a Balatro fan. I have been sucked into the world of Balatro, and I don't know if I'm ever going to come out. If I do, it's going to be with a exponential score, but you know.
What's your high score right now on one hand?
On one hand right now it is 7,000.
Oh really? I was gonna say I think I have an 8,000 hand.
No, I got a Joker that made every card a face card, and then a Joker that multiplied all face cards. So well, if you were in Tualatin, you weren't that far away from Happy Valley, Oregon. You know, you could have made it there.
No excuses.
Yeah,
he was probably playing Balatro too. There's Eric.
Hey.
Hello, friends.
Does Balatro have a story, or is it just a card game?
Oh, it's a really intense story.
Really intense. You have to slay the princess first.
Yeah.
And then
No, but is it just a
It's like a choose your own adventure, and the adventure is pick a card.
Yeah, no, there's no story.
There's no story. It's just you just go in and play.
Yeah.
It's kind of mindless. You just got to know.
It's not mindless.
Well, it's not mind. There's no.
That's like saying Vampire Survivors is mindless.
It's similar to Vampire Survivors, but you just need to know card hands.
Mm.
And if you don't know card hands, there is the help button that will tell you what the card hands are.
Oh, there is a help button. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe from Joecade is here.
Hey, Joe.
Good.
Joe, what's
I guess
up?
he's saying good morning on the East Coast.
Thanks for being here last week.
Yeah,
for sure.
he told me he didn't want to come on this week. He maybe got tired of us, so he just wanted to watch. So I'm good with that. You can only take so much of us.
That's
A little bit.
true.
I can,
I needed a
Once a
break
week.
last week. I got it.
exactly. Dathan, the 8-bit gaming legend.
What is up?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Doing well after yesterday's pinball slaughter. Doing
That's
doing
brutal.
okay.
That's
Doing
brutal.
okay, hanging in there.
Did you play any games last week besides the pinball?
Not really. I kind of dabbled in a little bit more of the PlayStation Premium library. I did, however, pick up Star Wars Outlaws because Assassin's Creed got delayed again. So I'm gonna probably bust that out on Monday when I have a day off and I'm not watching football.
Hey, but they did announce the expansion for Assassin's Creed Shadows, so you know it's coming.
What?
Oh, I did not know that. Or did I know that? Maybe I did.
Wait. They announced the expansion, but then
Yeah.
the game got delayed.
Yeah, they announced the
Base game.
expansion, the first expansion that's going to be like 15 hours.
Why? Are they trying to piss people off?
I mean, they're succeeding. Because
If it's,
I was gonna do the subscription service like Travis does, but then I was like, well, it's a couple more months now, and I know I'm gonna play Star Wars for just a little bit, and then I'm gonna stop playing, and then I'm gonna end up spending more money. So I got Star Wars Outlaws for under $30, and by the time that game Assassin's Creed comes out, I'm already gonna spend more than that anyway. So might as well just physical.
Domino's jumped in on that and said that if they need them to deliver it on time, they can.
I saw that. Kudos to Domino's for raining on their parade. That's pretty good.
But no Balatro for the 8-bit gaming legend.
That's a no. That's a big no on that one. It's never gonna happen.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I
Alright,
see
we'll-
what it
we'll
does
work
to
on that.
everybody else. Eric couldn't even show up last week because he was so invested in it.
I got sucked in.
I hear a party box is coming Dathan's way.
A party box, huh?
Yeah. Every
Oh.
version of Blatcher I can find, I'm going to ship to you.
Oh, okay. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, Meatball Saucy. I don't know if you saw. I did a YouTube short of you talking about the First Descendant. I think you saw it. Man, that is a hot search item. People love that game. I've never even heard of it before you talked about it a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, maybe Dathan jumps into that. I don't know.
What's it called? The First Descendant. I think I looked it up.
First Descendant. Yeah.
I think I looked it up when he was on a couple weeks ago.
Travis, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Hold on just one second. I'm just finishing one thing. And okay, I'm done. Sorry, I was just returning Balatro to Steam. So now I can give it a bad review.
All right.
Oh no.
Game lacks story, and I liked it better when it was called Slay the Spire.
Yeah. All right.
I'm seeing you don't have that final achievement there. I don't think you actually played it at all.
I said it returned it. I couldn't, right? Well, actually, maybe you could play it for, yeah, I don't know. Has no story. Yeah, so I'm doing well. I was playing Star Wars. I actually don't know. I think I might be towards the end of it, but I'm not sure. The game is kind of just moving along, the Fallen Order game. So I don't know. It's okay though. It's fun. So yeah, don't know if I'm nearing the end. It kind of feels like I am, but I'm not sure. But there was one part where I did just keep falling asleep. It took me 3 nights to get through it because I'd start in on it and then I would just doze off. It was that engaging. So there was one lull in the game.
Well, that's your whole thing. Play till you fall asleep.
Yeah, I know. It's just, it kind of sucks because I wanted to get past it, but it was just so boring. The puzzle was just so boring that I was just, and the area was so mundane that I was just having trouble staying awake. But yeah, so.
Eric, long time, sir.
Good evening.
I want to give Eric props tonight because like at the event yesterday, like I was like he got farther than anyone else than me and Dathan, and he would sit after he had his match, he would sit and talk to that person for like good 10 minutes straight, and just kind of get in their mind a little bit. I think it's like, wow, I was really impressed. Like, because when I'm finished, I was like, I'm done. I'm walking away. Like,
I think life's a series of trade-offs, right? And one of the advantages of not being very competitive is when you lose, you can be like, hey, what happened? Like, what did you do here? How did you get multi-ball? Like what? And then this one woman who beat me soundly, she told me that she doesn't really look at like strategy for these games or anything. She just tries to get the multi-ball. That's the only thing she tries to learn how to do is get multi-ball. And I was like, oh, so your strategy is very simple. Just get multi-ball. She's like, yeah. And she owns like 10 pinball games. So of course she's good at them.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it was interesting to talk to her.
That is a really good strategy.
Kind of. It wouldn't work in AC/DC though. And I haven't played Metallica enough to know if it is if the big score multipliers come with actually completing the events. Like in other words, like AC/DC's got, like 12 to 14 events, and in order to get top score in that game, you really need to hit the Grand Wizard stuff. And the only way to do that is to complete the event. So if you only focus on what you learn will get you multi-ball, because I've played against people who do that, they don't fare well score-wise.
Well,
so
I mean, how many pinball tournaments have you won?
How many pinball tournaments have I won? I haven't gone to tournaments because they weren't around when I started playing. We just showed up to bars and played the 5 of us.
This lady's won too.
Well, that's
2 more
fair.
than me.
She's won
and I was like, what's your strategy? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just saying that the strategy is limited.
Of course it is.
As somebody who's played a ton of pinball tables since I was a child, I do know strategies behind the games. Okay. And in certain tables, that strategy would work. And in other ones, it wouldn't work. So it would work in Medieval Madness, for instance. But it wouldn't work in something like AC/DC where it's more involved.
It worked in Black Knight.
Limited.
And that's what we were playing. It worked in Black Knight. And that's
yes, it would work in Black Knight. Yeah, absolutely. It would work in Black Knight. Any of the games that were less involved.
I like to use the Tanya Harding approach.
Just whack him in the hand. Yeah. Sure. But yeah, when I played against people, Eric, I mean, there just weren't tournaments that way. Oh, actually, there were. I did compete in one, I guess. And that was it was before seeing Buckethead at some random venue in downtown Portland that had a bunch of pinball tables. And they had people there. And then I think also I did one at Goodfoot Lounge. But they were way less organized than these are. It was just the crazy flipper fingers would show up to these places, and there'd be 30 of them or whatever, and then you'd just play against each other.
Eric, besides the pinball last week, were you playing Balatro and anything else?
I played Firewatch. This was a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't on the show last time. And I completed Firewatch. I don't want to say I beat it because I don't think you can lose. It's not.
Isn't it just a walking simulator, or is it not? It is.
I mean, I was thinking about this a lot actually, and I guess you can lose by not finding the objective that you're supposed to do. But it's clearly marked on the map. So if you don't find that objective by looking at the map, there's something probably wrong with you, or whatever. Whatever. It's very difficult to lose that game. So I completed Firewatch. And then I wanted to check out something really different, and I got Art of Rally, which is like a cartoon style rally simulator, rally race simulator game. No, it's not really a simulator. It's anyway, it it was the first game I've returned to Steam. Never returned a game before that. But
Travis is rubbing off on you. His
yeah,
strategy.
yeah. Art of Rally doesn't have like a tutorial on how to drift, and drifting in that game is very difficult. And it's like, okay, you're just going to keep throwing me at different maps and not teach me how to do the thing that the game is centered on. I thought that was kind of silly, so I returned the game after about, I don't know, 5 hours of trying to figure out how to drift and unsuccessfully doing it.
I wonder. I think I've played that game. Yeah.
I think
don't
it was
think
on
I-
Game Pass a while ago.
Yeah, I don't think I played it for very long either, and I got bored with it.
It was just too hard, and with no instructions on how to do the thing that the game is supposedly, the fantasy that it's trying to fulfill is you drift around corners in a rally car, and they don't tell you how to do that, and it's difficult to do that. That just seems like a bad combination to sell games. So I returned it, and got Balatro, and I've been sucked into Balatro. So
Return Balatro.
yeah, I should. I can't. I'm in like 20 hours in, 25 hours.
Does
you
Steam
could
have a
argue
limit? Like if how
They
long
do.
if you've played it for so many
2
hours?
hours.
2 hours.
It's
2 hours.
2 hours.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Because I tried to return. What game was it I bought? I'm trying to think of the name of the game. It was just it was one of those games that's like way too like overly complicated.
I like overly complicated sometimes. I like those games.
You want to play stall music while you think?
Yeah.
As long as there's a tutorial.
Rimworld.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that game.
Yeah. I bought that one and I played 34 minutes of it. And then when I went to return it, because I was just like, whoa, this is like way too involved for me. It's like, you've had it for over 2 weeks. You can't return it.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, well,
It says overwhelmingly positive.
Oh, yeah. That's the reason I bought it.
Sure.
But it is like super like in-depth. There's just way too much to it. And there's so much DLC for it that I'm just like, this is kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screenshots of the game. It looks like it's operating on a lot of different scales, like the individual person scale, the like city scale, the country scale, and the whole world scale.
Yeah.
That seems very difficult.
So, yeah, it's an interesting game, and I'll probably go back to it at some point. But it's the only one I've ever tried to like refund.
Mhm.
Well, you get to reset your refund. Oh, wait, they didn't take your refund, you said?
No, they didn't take the refund.
Hmm.
They sent me an email and told me that it's past 2 weeks, and so I couldn't
Yeah.
get it refunded. And then there was a series of games that I bought primarily because the developer was no longer going to make games because people were refunding their games on Steam because they were only 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That part's true too, right?
It was kind of like they were overwhelmingly positive reviews for the games, but they had so many people refunding them. One of them was called Find Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good like linear horror game. But
All right.
they're literally like 2 hours long. So
All right, let's let's get going here. I mean, we got a lot to talk about. Somehow we're 20 minutes in, and thank you for the raid from Galaga Guy 88. We appreciate you, buddy. I know he had a big stream tonight too, but a lot of stuff to talk about. We went to the Stern Pinball launch party for Metallica, and at least one of the ones here in Oregon. So we want to talk about that. A lot of stuff happened at CES, so if anything jumps out, we can talk about that. But a lot of also some just kind of weird news stuff I wanted to go over with you guys, if you're cool with that. So first of all, let's just talk about yesterday. So I got video, and I'll pull down. Here is Metallica in all its glory, and I'll let Dathan and Eric talk about it first. Whoever wants to go. What did you guys think of the new game? Like, I don't know if you had played the original Metallica. I don't think you guys did.
I don't remember playing the original, but the soundtrack kicks ass, so that's good.
Yeah,
it was. I didn't play the original, so I don't know what the how different it was from the original one. I mean, it was probably the machine I played the best on all night when we were just testing everything out. Because I sucked at everything else, but it was okay.
You can switch the music just like Foo Fighters, which is really cool.
Yeah, and
I think that's a staple for all band pinball machines. Is you select a song at the very beginning.
Yeah, that's the Stern way to go. It looks the same.
All right, and check this out right here.
The original.
Does it?
Yeah. So this is the Stern guy.
Doug.
I don't know how.
Doug, yes.
Maybe Console Kits is in the chat. You tell me how do you become the Stern guy for
Doug's not the Stern guy. Because I talked to Doug. Doug was the first person I played at Pinball. Doug's the guy who owns all of those machines for Public House.
Oh, okay. Because Dathan was saying he was the Stern guy.
I thought he was the Stern guy.
No,
like, how do you become the Stern guy?
No, he just owns all those pinball and services all the machines for Public House.
Okay.
That's cool. He did say that Dungeons and Dragons is going to be there in a few weeks, so fingers crossed it shows up soon.
Nice.
But right here, can you guys see that image? There was something that was stuck in the back. I don't know if you remember exactly, Dathan, what he was saying.
It was one of the 3 drop targets in the top left corner.
Mm-hmm.
But that is impressive to see it turned over like that, and he got it. I think he got it fixed in just a couple minutes.
Though it's pinball machines under the boards, they're nightmares. It sucks. It's terrible. And what you see like that, I mean, some of the newer ones aren't as bad, but some of the Williams from the late 90s, I mean, they're
nightmare.
It's terrible. And if you drop a screw somewhere and you hear it, it's gone forever. You're never gonna find it. And there's a lot of stuff going on down there.
And there's a lot of capacitors with a lot of amperage held into them that you can one false move and you're in trouble.
Yeah, this is why, I would never. I don't know if I could own one of these things.
I bet he's got one hand in his pocket.
The other one is giving a hug.
Like the old trick. Well, the old trick, and the same thing with when I work on my guitar amplifiers. Keep one hand in your pocket just in case you cross something. So, and pray that you don't die.
Right. Let's see. But no, he got it working pretty good. The machine looks amazing. I really like when you get that multi-ball, the machine goes all black, and then it does like a lightning kind of electricity thing. And there's a toy in the back that he's like on an electric chair. And I don't know. Can I go back to that?
That's the only game I won.
Right.
Monster Bash.
Okay.
Monster Bash? You beat it?
Well, I beat Doug. I was playing Doug.
Oh, you beat Doug. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, so he beat the Stern guy.
He's not the Stern guy. He's the
no, David called him the Stern guy. I'm just going to go with that. But that one was not a Stern table, is it?
No, that's it's a remake. That one and the Cactus Canyon next to it were remakes, and the Elton John was Jersey Jack.
This guy, this
and
is the Elton.
Monster Bash is Williams.
Yeah. Elton John, like this guy was like really dialing in to get that skill shot. I don't know if you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take video of that. Let me go back. Some of these guys are like, they're into it, really into it.
Oh yeah.
Well, that lady that was playing Eric
Right here.
in Black Knight, she was
She'd go to
doing,
stork
like,
pose,
this-
dude. She'd go
this
into
leg-
stork pose.
She was doing this like triple cross leg kick,
Yeah.
upper
Uh-huh.
Hurricane Rana thing going on, and I don't know what it was.
She spinning star kicked my ass is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the lady right there.
Yeah.
I didn't take video of her doing the stork kick, but
She was doing that to nudge the table.
No, just doing it just to
just
I
for
guess
good
it's
luck.
her pinball stance, I
It's just
guess.
stance. Yeah, you got to have a pinball stance.
Huh.
Black Knight is so fast.
Yeah, it is.
If you hit anything, it comes back. It rockets back at you.
Yep. Yeah, Black Knight. I don't find it as an enjoyable
No.
table. If I was to own
No,
one, I
I
would not
wouldn't
own
either.
Black
but
Knight.
we don't get to pick the table.
But it's brutal. Yeah.
Was it pretty busy there?
It was.
Doesn't
They
it?
said-
Yeah.
Oh, did it get?
Yeah,
busy?
it got-
that
it
was
got
when we
way
first
busy.
got there.
No, yeah, Dathan told us to get there at like 5:30, and I think that was actually the most enjoyable part of the whole event when it was just us in there pretty much,
It was when nobody.
and
was
they turned
there,
all
yeah.
the machines on free play. And
That's how it's
nice.
set up. You pay $10 and everything's on free play.
Hmm.
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
great deal. So
Yeah, it does. To me, it looks identical to Metallica. Like they didn't change anything, just way more lights, way more.
and it's got the insider connect.
And the electric, I believe the electric chair has changed. As far as the figure
Mhm.
that's in it, the toy
Mhm.
that's in it.
But
I mean, they wouldn't mess with. I would be surprised if they messed with it because it was kind of considered return to form, oddly enough. Even though when I played it when it first came out, the Fuddruckers on i5 when that was opened had the table, and so I would go there to play it.
What year was that?
2014.
Okay.
Because I think this is
What
one of
day?
the.
something like that.
I think this is one of the first machines they brought back from the vault, because they vaulted this machines and they brought it back because they were talking about this at
Did they?
when we were at the PRGE and they were doing their panel. I asked the
Yeah.
guys if they would ever thought about bringing Lord of the Rings back to include all of the
Yeah.
new technology with the Stern app and all that fun stuff. And he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, there's something that we're working on that we can't talk about." So this was it. This was what they were referencing was Metallica.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting to me that it was vaulted that way. I mean, I don't know. I was underwhelmed by the table itself, but I would go in and play it. I played it for probably about a month, and I don't know. It's definitely not one that is as memorable. And what's funny is of the music ones, I think AC/DC is actually the most fun. Like of the music ones that they've done, I haven't played Foo
Have
have you
Fighters.
played Led Zeppelin? They have Led Zeppelin here.
I
that was the
haven't played
first one.
Led
Awful.
Zeppelin either.
Yeah, I
Horrible.
didn't really.
Is it? Yeah.
Led
miserable.
Zeppelin is
I've never
no,
seen it.
it's-
They have it here.
It's terrible.
So bad.
I'm
Is
not a
it?
fan.
Yeah. So I played Elvis. That was actually okay.
Okay.
And
Iron
then-
Maiden?
but what? I have not played Iron
Aerosmith.
Maiden yet.
There's
I have
Aerosmith
played
too.
Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses as well. Back when they put that out, and well, they didn't, but back in '90 something, right? Was when that came
That
out.
was I think Bally did that one. I think.
yeah.
You
And that
played
one,
you played
underwhelming.
Beatles, right? I know there's a Beatles one.
I don't know if I have or if I just like played it passing and just said, okay, whatever.
The other thing I want to talk about before we go on is the X-Men table, and I didn't take footage
Yeah.
of it, but they had a Pro X-Men there, and there was a software update recently. Like I don't know when exactly it was, a week, 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
but there were some new game modes that I'd never seen before. when when we first played it on the floor at PRGE.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys were complaining that the game isn't as good as it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So X-Men was my third table that I played, and the danger room was a death sentence essentially, because if you got into the danger room on the left hand side, that little flipper over there just had no power. It was way underpowered to what I was used to, having played a brand new machine at PRGE. I could use that flipper to get myself up the ramp and out of the danger room pretty easily, but this one didn't feel like it had as much power, and so if you got into the danger room, the odds are you're going to die.
And the other thing I heard you guys were saying, and I think I agree with you, was the flipper strength didn't seem as strong as it was.
The main flippers didn't feel as crisp as the ones that we were playing on, but it was really the one that you could really tell was that far left danger room flipper was just way like it was 40% less power than what I was used to, whereas the main flippers were 15% less, 10 or 20%, somewhere in there. So it was just a lot more noticeable in the danger room. Not a fan of their I mean, I love the X-Men table. I just don't love the one in Public House.
So console kits is the Maiden game, like it's just got more going on. It's more interesting of a actual game than the Metallica playfield in game. Like playfield aside, is the game itself better? Is that why the Maiden table you feel is better? Because with Metallica, I didn't feel like it was that interesting of gameplay. But it was enough for me to go in. I mean, a lot.
Sure. It's fun. Metallica's fun, but yeah, I think the table has more interesting things going on.
I made the comment yesterday too that you become pinball snobs when right. We only really enjoy the pinball game when it's like right out of the crate and they just set it up. It's like, it's so
really?
nice.
I don't like that. I actually don't like that.
Well, it was better. X-Men was better right out.
Yeah, X-Men was like,
all those PRGE ones were right out of the box.
Yeah.
Yep.
It could be that the quality of the flippers have gone down a bit. I don't know.
So not only are we beer snobs here, we're now pinball snobs. You got to have the ultimate, I want it right out of the box, no questions asked.
Well, the Jurassic Park was my second game, and that one felt fine. And that's probably the same table that they had upstairs months ago.
Yeah.
So that one held everything held together just fine. But yeah, something about that X-Men table didn't. And Led Zeppelin didn't, and John Wick felt very slow.
Yeah, so it may just be the quality control right now on these is just not where it should be.
Maybe the Stern guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
because a Broken and Monster Bash used to just be way fun, better than any of the refitted ones.
I don't like the remakes.
Me neither.
I don't like the Cactus Canyon. I think they did Medieval Madness. They did a remake of that one. They seem they're off. I don't know what it is.
No, there's something to that, Dathan. I totally agree. I mean, like there was a bar in Portland. It was a steakhouse bar sort of thing, or at least they tried to be a steakhouse. They had just a ton of machines, but they were all redone. Like they sent it to some local guy to trick out, so like they had new rubber, new everything on them, new bumpers, and they were all way more aggressive than the original game was when it came to reaction and stuff. And in my opinion, that sucks. Like that's not super fun in a lot of the games, because there are some games like Black Knight which are punishing and known for being that way. But if you've got a game that you go up to, it's not necessarily any more challenging or any more fun to have it so that now it's super, super, super aggressive in its drains and in its slapbacks and in all of that stuff.
Right.
Like some games just don't need it, and they're not. And the actual game was written around and the playfield designed to be challenging at the level that it was made for, or maybe laid back at the level it was made for too. I don't think that all of them need to be retrofitted with brand new everything to make them more aggressive.
Yeah,
What
I
an ugly
agree.
thing to
And I'm
say.
trying. I don't really. I if you look at some of the machines that they have, the newer ones that they have at Next Level, they have machines that aren't really. I don't think they're really. I think they're not really well thought out because I think they have a Domino's Pizza one. They have a Smurfs
yeah, yeah.
one.
Yeah.
A Jetsons I think is in that lineup as well. That's along that back wall.
Uh-huh.
They don't play. They don't play very well. They don't play because they have a
Yeah.
Halloween one, which I was pretty excited to play.
Yep.
And it's like Led Zeppelin-ish. It's slow. There's not a whole
It's
lot
too
that's going on.
There's
too
And a
sluggish,
lot of
yeah.
those machines are like that.
That one that's set in space or asteroids or whatever in the play field is uneven. It's not flat. It's like
Yeah.
curved. That one plays awful too. It's like a neat idea, but after about 2 minutes of playing on it, you realize your ball just kind of orbits around the same topology in the play field, and
Yeah.
you can't ever. It doesn't feel like you can ever
But that
aim the ball where you want it to go. And
sure, but that can be
boring.
bad. That can just be a bad pinball game. Like that could be a bad design, right? There are bad tables that were
Mhm.
poorly designed and
Yeah,
just
that's
put
what-
out
that's
and
what I think
crap.
that one was. Yeah.
What I get mad about is when you take Monster Bash, which was a good table, a good fun game, well thought out, and then
Mhm.
you insist on re-rubbering it so that now everything goes a mile a minute or
Right.
a mile a second when it wasn't supposed to.
Mhm.
Like, why screw with a good thing? It was a great game. Don't screw with it. Now, the games that they have at Next Level, it shows the weakness of pinball as a medium when it was struggling throughout the decades, right? And it shows if you go through and you play those games chronologically,
Mhm.
you'll see where it kind of started getting like, oh, this is the hot thing, so let's just throw this out. Let's throw it out. Let's throw it out. And especially when parts were hard to find or they were more expensive, then tables got adapted to that and the game suffered.
Mhm.
Right, like the offering suffered during that time. That's why pinball died and came back and all of that stuff, right? Like there's stories behind all of that. But yeah, I just
don't get
feel
me
it-
wrong. I
Yeah.
think that those games that I mentioned at Next Level, I mean, they're just fun to to play. I mean, I'm paying
Kind
$22
of,
to
yeah.
go. If I'm paying $22 to go in there to, I don't feel like I'm losing anything by playing these games.
Yeah.
Domino's Pizza or
Right.
whatever, Jetsons, but it's just kind of like, it's okay. It's a good, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
it's a good table space filler
Yeah,
for their 300,000 square foot warehouse of pinball.
yeah, and I mean they've got their own thing going on where they're museuming this stuff, and that's
Yeah.
cool, right?
Mhm.
And they
Yes.
do often in their placards say like this game suffered because of this, right? And they'll kind of list that out a little bit. The one that they have that I was surprised played well when I played it was the Nightmare on Elm Street one. Like that's a pretty kitschy one to find, and their table actually played the way that I remember it playing back in the day.
What's
when it
surprising
was
about
out.
that machine is that
Mhm.
Freddy's glove is actually intact.
Yeah, that's
I have
right.
never
Yep.
seen a machine in person where the glove didn't have at least one or two of the knives broken off.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I've
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
seen.
yeah.
That has
But they also didn't like speed it up. Whereas their Monster Bash, I mean, I love the place, so I feel bad kind of talking trash. But since they refitted it, it doesn't feel right. And I've played a lot of Monster Bash. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't respond right. The timing is off. I mean, I can still do really well on it, but it's not. It's just not the same as finding it in a bar. Yeah.
You know what's funny to me is that when Stern Pinball announced the Dungeons and Dragons Tyrant's Eye
Mhm.
pinball table, completely forgot about Metallica. Just went
Yeah. Yeah.
out
yeah.
the window because I was like, that looks like a cool table to play. I want to play that one. And so, I know I got invited up yesterday and I wasn't able to make it, but Metallica has just not been on my radar.
Lord of the Rings, though, Dathan, that was a good question because Lord of the Rings was a good table.
I thought so too. I thought it was yes, Meatball Next Level does have WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I don't like the IP. Like I've got no skin in the game that way, and it's a good table. You're right. You were right with that question. They should do something with it. But yeah, maybe D&D will kind of fit that. But the D&D table, what I was kind of glad about with that is it didn't look like they just recycled Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
No, it looks like a complete different different thing. And I did. Sorry to go off topic here. I did notice I did play Venom yesterday, and with the new update, they added I think like 17 or 18 different play styles and play modes that you can do from the beginning with their newest update. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a new thing right now, because they were talking about like 1 and 2 player versus 3 and 4 player. And all these different modes that you start out with. So that's probably going to be a thing going.
So you can
going
do like
forward.
2 versus 2.
Yeah, and then it was
That's
like
cool.
1 versus 3. So I don't know how that would go with like the actual gameplay. Like if you lock a ball, like if it stays with the other players, or how that works, or something like that. But it was very interesting to see, because I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, that is cool.
Overall, though, I just want to say we had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
The food was good, and the company was even better. So, and we got to do that again. And I'm all for it. When they do the Dungeons and Dragons one, we got to be all over that. And
Yep.
I don't know what are they saying, February or March. So
Yeah, he said that the Pro Edition comes out 2 weeks before the Limited. So you can probably count that next level will get the Pro probably the end of the month, and then the Limited will be at the Public House probably around Valentine's Day week, somewhere around in there.
yeah, so cool. And we're excited to see what happens with Stern and some of the other guys. And I love how you guys, we definitely have some pinball opinions. So it's awesome now. Moving on. Did you guys see Nintendo announced their new console?
I did not.
The Game Boy, the Lego Game Boy.
Yeah, that's a troll.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
This is going to be something else, you guys. October. So you got to wait till October for the new Switch. Is that going to be okay, or no?
Do we have to talk about all the Switch 2 leaks for the week?
Yeah.
It just went on and on and on. It didn't stop.
There we go.
Okay, there it is. We're done.
No, like this isn't an official leak. Like Nintendo had to come out and say, "This is not us."
No, but
So-
according to GameSpot, I just hopped on there real quick to see. They said that Nintendo did just say that they confirmed that they would announce the next console by the end of March 2025.
Yeah, they said that in an investors meeting months ago.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay. Well, then so it should be soon, right?
Yeah.
There is some kind of investors meeting, I guess, with our stockholders thing next week with Nintendo. So it's possible they could announce it before that meeting. I'm not exactly sure when next week, but some people are saying next week. Well, I don't know. Well,
I mean, to me, this looks like it's all free. It's all free marketing for Nintendo. You've got all these third-party accessory companies showing off their stuff, and it's like, what? Why do we need to announce anything?
they don't need to announce it. It's been announced.
You just let them show it off. You don't have to pay for any marketing at all.
It's brilliant. They don't need to do anything.
How disappointed will you be if the Switch 2 looks like the Switch and is basically the same thing, just more powerful?
We already talked about it. It is going to be. It's basically going to be the OLED on steroids. Pretty much is what it's going to be.
How disappointed were people in the PlayStation 5 just being a more powerful PlayStation 4? I mean,
yeah, but it's different with the Nintendo because their whole shtick is kind of to do the thing that the main consoles aren't doing.
Oh,
The other thing that's come out just in the last couple days is not only will it take more powerful memory cards, but the Joy-Cons itself, it sounds like they're going to act like a computer mouse. So you'll be able to put them, I assume, on like a flat table and use them as a cursor. So that could be interesting. Like maybe they're doing light gun stuff, or I was thinking like Mario Maker, bring that back,
Yeah. That could be.
or maybe some brand new game. I don't know. So
And maybe they'll have that smell-o-vision,
Yeah,
for when
sure.
you're playing
Right.
that game and you really want to smell it.
Mhm.
Are you playing Balatro on Switch or are you playing it on Mac, Eric?
I'm playing it on my Mac.
Okay, you are. Okay.
I'm playing it on Steam Deck, and it plays great.
Yeah.
I'm not playing it. I thought we were moving on from the block.
No, this is a Balatro show.
I was actually curious just because I know Eric's got both, and so I was curious if you've got the limited gaming support on the Mac, and then you've got something that's, crazy games like the Switch, what you would choose for a game like that. That's all.
It's really more point and clicky, that game. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
Switch
it makes
isn't
more
really a
sense to
great
be on
venue
a
for that.
PC for you. Gotcha.
yeah.
But yeah, Balatro definitely get ported over the Switch too, right, Dathan?
I hope so. I can't wait.
Maybe it'll be a launch title.
I don't know if it's going to be powerful enough to run in Balatro. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're gonna need at least two memory cards in order to run Balatro on the Switch 2.
Hey, Dathan, can I piss you off a little more?
Enlighten me, please.
They canceled a Transformers game.
They did.
Yeah. This game looked cool.
Yeah, that actually looks cool.
And they canceled it.
Yeah.
I don't know what studio this is, but
You
They
can still buy the figure, right?
you can still buy he has the figures.
No, I don't have them. I mean, I know where you can buy them.
Wait, you don't have the figures?
Hasbro Pulse has them, and I think Amazon still has them too.
Yeah.
Wait, but you don't own any of them? I thought you owned
No.
all of them.
The game? No,
Yeah.
no. I think they only released a couple of them. Just a 2-pack.
Oh, I love how this thing just goes into the car and just the physics detection is just it just obliterated the car. There was no.
So if
yeah.
you wanted to play a game that was very similar to this, High Moon Studios in 2006 made War for Cybertron on 360, and that was and on PS3, and that was really good. It played a lot like this right here. So, which I was kind of hoping that would have been like almost like a direct sequel to this series.
What's this guy shooting at?
He's just having fun.
I wonder too if part of the reason this got canceled was because of the leak that Activision has gotten the license rights back for all the Transformers games as well as the Marvel games that they had made in the past. And they want to release all those and see how they go. And maybe that's what Hasbro was like, yeah, let's go ahead and pull the plug on this one. Because if nobody wants to buy the older ones, then nobody will have interest in this new one.
All the developers, maybe they started playing Balatro.
That's true too. It's just a better game, Balatro.
I mean, your two favorite sayings in that sentence: developers and Balatro. That's a good one.
Oh, I'm forgetting to pull the developers soundbite. I need to do that.
But
okay.
I am disappointed this got canceled because I was looking forward to playing it. This was like a lot of fun. And it sucks that it's they did away with it.
Yeah.
It does look like a lot of fun.
Moving on.
Not quite at the level of Balatro, but hey.
Chris, I saw you talking about this. I wanted to showcase.
Oh yeah.
Down. You want to talk about this one?
It's a Metroidvania. It looks like it's Metal Slug and Metroidvania.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be able to go back and upgrade your weapons and everything. It looks cool.
This is Guns of Fury. It looks like Metal Slug to me, but yeah, they've added Castlevania to it. Or Metroid, yeah.
I've got this on my wish list right now on Steam.
Is it Steam only or console as well?
I think
it's
they want to
console.
release it on consoles as well.
And
But
what's it
Steam's
called
the-
again? So, what's it called
Guns
again?
of Fury.
Guns of Fury.
Got it.
Hopefully it's multiplayer.
Yeah.
It needs to be. This needs to be like a co-op multiplayer thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
That had online.
Looks like it's
co-op, that'd
only
be
on
amazing.
Steam and Switch. That's it.
Oh, there we go.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
No Switch 2. That's a
Can't run it.
disappointment.
It's not powerful
Wow.
enough.
It's like the PS5 or the Sony just putting out games for the PlayStation 4 when the PlayStation 5's out. Anyway, yeah, I think this might be a game for us to check out when this does release. So, let's see. This one I just saw a video of.
Reload. Cheese bloodstains.
Is this Typing of the Dead?
No. This is House of the Dead 2. Did you guys get House of the Dead 1 for Switch or any of the new systems? The problem was like there's no light gun right now.
Right.
And you had to wait, I'll turn the volume down.
So you're just mouse controlling it.
Well, you
For the
had
most
to
part.
do the Switch, you had to keep like resetting it. It was using the motion controls, but it didn't work right.
Oh.
It was bad. And now they're doing the sequel, but there's still no light gun. So I don't know. I guess you blame Sega. This is Sega, right? Or no, it's not Sega. It's
I think you blame people who play rail shooters.
I don't know.
I think
Blame.
that's what you do. The
I
only
blame
time
the
rail
logical
shooters are
people.
kind of fun is when you have somebody to play with at the arcade. That's the only
Mhm.
time to play a rail shooter.
Yeah.
Otherwise, hard pass. There's no point in getting it for home.
And to
What
top
an
it off,
ugly thing to say.
House of the Dead was the worst video game movie of all time.
Ah,
What an ugly thing to say.
Well, if we're gonna
Wow.
go into that, we can segue into the fact that Uwe Boll's coming back, baby.
So stupid. I hate this one. I mean, the movie was so bad. They spliced video game clips in the movie. Like you're watching it, and there's like, then it would go to first person view of like him running after someone and shooting, and then it would go back to live action.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, my God.
Exactly.
Maybe they use the maybe this just came to me. Maybe they use the mouse controls on the Switch 2 for this game.
Maybe don't play the game.
I agree. I second that.
I don't know why we're wasting our breath.
Thank
It's
you for everyone
content,
being in the
Eric.
chat. Thank you, Glarazilla. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, if you're trolling, success, my friend.
All right. Okay. There's a movie thing I want to talk about a little later. I hopefully you guys saw my video to a CES. This got announced. I wanted to talk for a little bit about it. Again,
Mm-hmm.
the iconic arcade. Chris is yawning. This is going to be their new Street Fighter thing that's coming out in June, and if you didn't hear, I pre-ordered it already. So I'm getting the one on the right, the Street Fighter 2 artwork. So I'm excited. Maybe I'm getting back into home arcade again.
Yeah,
What does
this
it
is
play?
the one. This is the one that uses the Raspberry Pi 5.
Yeah, it uses a Raspberry Pi 5. There's the game list. Street
Is it-
Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Hyper,
Mm,
or
Verta 2 Alpha.
yeah, Alpha 2, Third Strike, 1944, the Loop Master,
1944.
I was gonna say,
1944, the
I
Loop
think
Master.
1944 is in every single one of these. It seems
That's-
like
Yeah,
That's some kind of a random. All right.
it's like in every one, Eric.
Yeah. All right.
They're like, hey, and it also has 1944.
Oh, you can play that.
Yeah.
Gigawing 2.
Gigawing
like-
2.
Do you like fighting games? Hey, fight some Nazis.
Exactly. Final Fight. I love Final Fight. Someone was trying to trigger people on X this morning. They're like, Streets of Rage is better than Final Fight. I'm like, what are you smoking? Final Fight is so much better than Streets of Rage, in my opinion. But I don't know.
It depends on
any
which
rail
one we're
shooter
talking.
is better
Which
than
one?
Final Fight.
Which ones are we talking about?
You can say Streets of Rage 2. I think Final Fight's better.
I would take Streets of Rage 2 over Final Fight 1.
Nah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the truth, and that's how.
I would
Jesus
take Double
Christ,
Dragon
my
over
God.
both
it has
of
to
them.
be.
I would take Karnov over all of them.
Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we all have our opinions, but no, I think this looks really good. I guess there's still some issues, and people were pointing out that I guess there's a power button right under the speaker grill there, and
Uh-oh.
maybe that should be in the back. And some people don't like the artwork on the side. I don't really mind it at all. I think it looks good. I mean, I'm not going to be able to see the side work anyway. It's going to be placed up against some of my other machines out here. So just going to see the front. It's going to have USB connection, so I can plug in a controller if I wanted to. Raspberry Pi 5, you can do a lot. I have a Raspberry Pi 4. Chris, do you have a Pi 4 or Pi 5?
Yeah, I have a Pi 4.
Yeah. Pi 4 can do so much.
Yeah, that's why the fact they're using Pi 5, I'm like, can you just take out the memory card there and maybe
You probably could.
Is
Put
this
whatever you want.
install even more?
Yeah.
It comes with a Pi, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this a new company that's making games?
It's not a new company, but
Have they
they're-
made arcades before?
Yes, but they weren't. No one was interested in them before.
Okay, because I'm curious. I see that the screen's on. Do these have light up marquees?
Yes.
Okay.
Do they make claw machines?
Yeah.
So stupid. I hate this.
Can you play 1944 on a claw machine? We could do our own, just in the little bubbles. We could put
Yeah.
little jets or little World War II planes and stuff.
Yeah. Power up.
I can't. What's the name of that last game? Is it Balatro next to Final Fight?
Yeah.
That's called. I can't
Wouldn't that
see
be
it.
awesome if they got Balatro?
You could play
I'm
Balatro
in.
on this.
I'm in. I'm playing it. I'm doing it.
You ever see that meme of the
Firewatch.
people at the casino and they're just like hitting the buttons, going like that, hitting the.
Yeah.
They could be doing that with Balatro. I'd be down. But no,
There you
I they have the Street Fighter license. It sounds like listening to another stream earlier this week, they don't have the Midway license, but it'd be interesting to see what other games they announce. I'm kind of hoping for maybe a Soul Calibur Namco cabinet. I think that would be really cool. I don't know. Maybe they could get Sega. Virtua Fighter would be also up there for me. I don't know if you guys throw it out there to you. Is there a home arcade title that hasn't been announced yet that you would like to see? Maybe
Operation Wolf.
Oh, that's a good game. But you would kind of be following that pattern of the Terminator 2 or the Terminator game a little bit, where you're having the recoil from the gun, which I think would cause a lot more problems than overtime.
Virtua Cop.
They made they made Time Crisis.
they made Time Crisis.
Oh, they did Time
That's
Crisis.
what it was.
I know Eric loves rail shooters, so I'm trying to get a couple of them for him.
My favorite. My
Right.
favorite.
Panzer Dragon.
They wouldn't do that one. But anyway, I'm excited for this, so I pre-ordered it.
Have they've done Rampage, right? Like Rampage.
Yeah, that was
seems
one of
like
the first
a
ones
easy
that
win.
Arcade One
That's
Up
what I
did.
figured. Yeah, you'd figure that'd be one that would be a Costco piece.
Bobby
Was it
Broadway wants Cyber Sled.
OG Rampage from the 80s, or was it the 90s remake?
Yeah, not the new one,
No,
not the
it's gotta be
crazy
the
new one.
original. Yeah,
The new. Have you guys played the new Rampage though? It's pretty fun.
I've played all. That's the new one. Is like the third iteration of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there's three big green buttons, and you just hit that button
Yeah.
all day like a slot machine. And
I
I think
actually
it's
don't like any of the remakes. I like the original.
Mm-hmm. I prefer the original.
Yeah.
What an ugly thing to
No,
say.
sorry. It's just how it is.
You guys are old school.
I mean,
for
I'm
that
excited
game,
that
yeah.
Ryan, I'm excited you're going to buy this so you can sell me your NBA Jam machine.
Yeah.
Get one of the old pieces.
So I
NBA
can put
Jam
it
still
there
works
in that
good.
corner.
Yeah. If I get rid of that, and I'm getting rid of Terminator 2 maybe this weekend because the
Good call.
PCB died on it again. So I can't remember what year I bought that. Was it 2022 or I've had it for a while. And then I'm going to have to get rid of my other Street Fighter. I've got the Big Blue.
Mm-hmm.
So this will definitely replace Big Blue. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. The other thing that was concerning me too is I use Wi-Fi out here in the garage. So hopefully the Pi 5 has Wi-Fi in it. I believe it does, but I don't know if they're gonna use a Wi-Fi antenna. So I don't know. Hopefully it works good. I know it has the Pi 5 has an Ethernet probably port in it, but it better have Wi-Fi. That's all I gotta say there.
The Raspberry Pi 5 has Wi-Fi.
Okay. So
That's one of its big thing is it has dual band support of 2.4 and 5 gig frequencies. So
and hopefully it has a good antenna or whatever. So be stoked.
yeah, but it's so this iconic arcade is a Median and Eldom cooperation.
What?
This arcade machine is created by two Chinese software companies. Is what it is.
Jesus Christ, my God.
Just quit while you're ahead. Oh, Joe says it's 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Good night, y'all. Thank you for staying up,
Good
Joe.
night. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Let's see. What else do we want to talk about tonight? We can talk about Square Enix delaying Dathan's game. I think we kind of touched on that. Square Enix has a new policy to protect employees from toxic fans.
What is the most toxic fan base out there?
Yeah, that could be good. How many of these did I order? Just one. What do you? I'm not a part of Arcades Anonymous, Galaga guy. What do you think? I'm not that crazy. I know Galaga guy 88. He's getting the Glenn's FU cab, which I'm not really that interested in. But if you are, I'm happy for you, sir. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, toxic fan bases. So yeah. Square Enix has a internal policy that I guess was made public. A lot of people were bashing the developers about Fantasy 7. I don't know why. It seemed like it was a good game. But
Was it
I
7?
guess
I
the
thought
Final
it was
Fantasy.
14 that caused that.
Oh, maybe it was 14. The voice actor for
like what do you mean by a toxic fan base? Like the who are critical of everything, or like who are critical like when you're playing a Call of Duty and there's like a
like
young kid who's destroying type thing, or like what do you mean?
like
Toxic
you guys
fan
playing
base?
pinball, and then we go on a
Uh,
podcast to talk about it, how disgruntled we are.
Well, I think part of it was with Final Fantasy 14 when they released the latest DLC or expansion pack for it. It wasn't as well written as the previous ones, and they had a voice actor that a lot of people were unhappy with. And so there was actually like emails sent to Square Enix telling them that they needed to kill themselves because of their choice in voice actor.
There's a whole
and that
thing,
might
right?
be
it's
that
it's not
might
the
be
Square
part of
Enix.
But
I know that the Star Wars Outlaws stuff got crazy last year. Just playing people online, like I think the Call of Duty people are pretty obnoxious. And I don't
I
play
would
Call of
say
Duty that much.
League of Legends probably has the most toxic fan base. If you try and go into a game there, people are just gonna be like, "Go kill yourself, you suck."
I've never played, but by reputation, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, me too.
I hear the Balatro guys are pretty cool.
They're hardcore. They're hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with them in a dark alley or something, but you know,
You would want to play against them in a pinball tournament. I think.
yeah.
What you would want to do.
We welcome everybody to Balatro.
Alikrian says there's only one correct answer to the question. League of Legends has the most toxic players and fans. Heck, the biggest lovers of League of Legends will tell you not to play it due to the toxicity while they play it. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. Alikrian.
And Meatball Saucy also says online people are bad.
Yeah,
that's correct.
That'd be a good title. That'd be a good title for my next video. Is just online people are bad, and I'll talk for 10 minutes about it. Yeah. Nintendo Switch. Here's another one about the Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 is reportedly getting 2 major Xbox games, including Halo. It's rumored that they are getting Halo: The Master Chief Collection.
Anything is an Xbox,
what?
so the Switch 2 fits into that.
Yeah, that's fine now.
Yeah,
exactly.
So really, just the Xbox.
So no big deal.
Yeah. No, NBD.
Everything's
and now while we talk, I feel like we haven't talked about Xbox in a while. Xbox. There's going to be a developer direct later on this month, which could be cool. Sounds like they're going to showcase the new Doom game and maybe the Oblivion remake. So maybe we'll see. And Avowed. Chris, don't you want to play Avowed?
Oh, I'm avowed to play Avowed. Or Avowed. I vowed to play Avowed. That's if I'm done with Balatro at the time. But it's all dependent on Balatro at this point.
Maybe you can play. Jason says number 1 is Roblox. Maybe you can play Balatro in Roblox.
So Jeremy
I played Roblox this week. Actually, I forgot to mention that.
You did?
I did it because
and what? I
thought it was great. You can pick on like 7-year-olds, super. That's all you can. It's like,
that's all. It's playing
complete fodder. That's it. It's like everybody I was on voice chat with. It's all like just 7-year-olds, and I'm like, you're an idiot.
Wow, talk about toxic fan
Yeah, well,
bases.
it's just a guy. I showed up, and then that was the costume they give you, and then you
Sure.
just assume the position. You just start trashing on 7-year-olds. Apparently, that's all Roblox is. It's great.
And there's also more evil stuff on there. Like you could search about child predators and
Oh, is that right?
people.
The only reason I played it
Yeah.
actually,
So, like, I'm
is
really
because my kids were playing it. They were playing one of the mini games in it, and I did it just to mess with them. But I can't play it for very long because on the mobile device, games like that, being spoiled with like an actual PC or a laptop, even they're pretty difficult to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're more work than they are worth it. But since my kids have cell phones, they're like, hey, this is great.
That's when you're like,
Yeah,
oh
you can
yeah,
play it on-
Jimmy, you know I suck. Well, I know your mom.
Yeah. I actually don't know if you can voice chat with it. I know they don't. They just play this game, this horror-based game where it's basically, freeze tag or whatever.
you can friend request people and you can message people, and I'll give them credit. They've got good parental
Do they?
controls, at least as far as I know, because I've locked down my son's account where no one can really message him.
Okay.
So I mean, that's I think he's doing everything on the up and up,
Yeah.
and but I think I'm being a good parent about it.
Yeah.
But,
No, you should. I mean, you should be careful with that stuff, and you should talk with him too to make sure that that he's not getting any side conversations from people.
Exactly, because you never know who's online.
No, you absolutely don't.
Like there could be like Asa Jack's Media Grounds.
Watching Twilight.
Belatro.
Yeah, talking kids, selling kids the sweet Belatro promises.
Belatro is a fun game, guys. Like, we're gonna get Dave.
I'll
to
give
No,
play
you
it.
are not.
Just play Dave the Diver.
I already played that.
Apparently, you can play Belatro in Dave the Diver.
Ah,
Really?
Yeah, Jeremy sent me a message on Steam telling me that. I wouldn't know otherwise.
he's playing Dave the Diver.
Yeah, Jeremy's big into Dave the Diver.
Huh?
He says Belatro's a mini game inside of that game.
Yeah. I played Dave
Who's
the
this-
Diver
yeah.
for all of
Who's this-
2 weeks, maybe. And then the repeat loop got too much.
Wasn't there a Godzilla DLC for that?
Probably.
Yeah, that was kind of random.
The novelty of the game wore off on me. I didn't understand why it didn't wear off on other people.
Call Jeremy.
Oh,
No, that's okay.
okay. And Chris, talking about Chris is our movie guy. If you guys in the chat have never been on here, I wanted to talk about this because this kind of like intrigued me today, and I think Chris knows where I'm going with it. Maybe.
Get out. However,
Hopefully the audio isn't loud here. I'm not gonna. Here's the Alien Romulus. They edited this scene, and it's just on, I guess, Prime Video, and I guess Disney Plus has it. They edited this character, who is a dead actor. I can't remember his name.
Ian
Ian
Holm.
Holm. Is that
Mhm.
right? But they did so the movie came out, and I guess the Blu-ray version is at the top. They later went back. The director got money from Fox or Disney to fix this scene with the android. I don't know. Are you guys okay with this? Reminds me of George Lucas going back and doing things like, oh man, that's kind of
Well,
we already bought.
Well, they already do it though before the movie comes out, right?
No, but the movie came out.
Test screenings.
Yeah, but
changing the movie based off audience reaction and stuff. I guess that's
so
okay.
but we bought the movie. I got the movie. I think I have it I have it digitally, but all the physical copies are going to have the that one at the top there.
So I went down a
So-
rabbit hole with this one, and I actually found what they changed is in the original, when they originally filmed it, they'd used animatronics. For the theatrical release. The studio wanted them to use CGI to like fix it,
Yeah.
and Fede Alvarez didn't want that, but they went ahead and did it anyway. And so with the Prime Video release, they went back to the original animatronic version.
And well,
Oh,
did you
well,
hear
there you
where
go.
they got the animatronic version? This actor was in the Lord of the Rings movies. I can't remember exact what character
He played Bilbo
was,
Baggins.
but
Yeah,
did he?
in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Well, they had an animatronic version of him from the Lord of the Ring movie, and they're using it here. But anyway, like, I guess my point is, like, I don't know, like, it's cool that they went back and redid it, but I feel like they're George Lucas special editioning another movie that, I don't know.
I mean, is the
I don't-
only part of the movie this scene right here that he did? Was this it? This is it. So this just this part right here.
that I think that he's in several scenes, but it's like,
But is this
It's not
the
like
only
he-
change that there's that
as far as I
okay.
know.
So I mean, this we're kind of going back to, we only play pinball machines out of the box now, and it's kind of one of those things where this is so subtle. This isn't this.
You think it's subtle? I don't know.
This is absolute.
Maybe it's no big deal.
It's not.
Maybe it's no
It's
big
not
deal.
a big deal. I think people need. And who was
Okay.
it? Quentin Tarantino or was it George? Someone said, I think it was Tarantino, who basically said that people complaining about these movies need to get a life and get out of their parents' basement. I think
Yeah, it
that
was
happened
Tarantino.
over the summer.
But I
This
like
is-
living in my parents' basement.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm in a basement right now. It's not my mom's, it's my house. But this it's so subtle, and I mean, if people are gonna nitpick about this stuff, then I mean, it's ridiculous. This is nothing.
Well, I have no problem with them doing an edit before the home video comes out, but they did it after the home video came out. You see my point, though? Like, it's like we're gonna have to buy another copy now if you want the director's edition. More money for the studio.
Why'd
mean-
you buy a physical copy? Everything's digital now. Just get the digital, and then you would have gotten an updated version.
I need to check my digital copy and see what version it is.
Because
I'm
in 5
legitimately
years,
curious now.
they're gonna have another version of this where they're gonna include the Blu-ray, the 4K, the Prime Video, the Hulu version, the disc version, the Quentin Tarantino version, the Ryan Garage Gamer version. All these different versions.
I want
are
the
gonna be
IMAX
available
version.
for us.
The only fans
I do.
version.
Why not?
That's the Chris version. No, another thing that Disney does is they have the IMAX versions of the Avengers movies or all the Marvel movies on Disney Plus, but you can't buy them. You can't get those physical copies anywhere. So I don't know.
Well, you can. It depends
That's
on which
my-
part it is, because I know with some of the Avengers Endgame, I know that there's IMAX scenes that are included there. There's like 4 or 5 different IMAX scenes that they widen out, that you can actually see more of the picture. But it's not. It's. I don't want to say it's subtle. It does kind of make a difference, but it's not anything that's just drastic or anything like that.
Just reach out to Dathan's friend Jeff Keighley, head of the Video Game Awards. His family is the one that owns the IMAX format.
That's true. It's all his fault.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Anyway, all right. Jeez. But what else? Ubisoft is delaying Assassin's Creed Shadows yet again, not until March 20th. So
Yeah, but their message on that was odd. are they stripping out the microtransactions, or are they adding more?
I didn't hear
Oh, they
why.
said that it was based off feedback that they got and a better way to monetize it or something like that.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell if it meant
been a
that
really
they were
interesting news.
that they were like, okay, we better get this right because we've done screwed up too many times in a row here. And if they were thinking like, okay, let's get rid of like any form of microtransaction sort of post game upsell that we are getting known for that people don't like, or maybe they're trying to figure out how to add more. I don't know.
Yeah. And I know we also we touched about the Lego Game Boy, and I was making a joke about it. That was the Switch 2, but like I legitimately want to buy that Lego Game Boy. Like that's gonna be awesome. Call of Duty was announced had a $700 million development budget. That's pretty crazy. And then all the CES stuff too. Did you guys see all the My Arcade stuff that was announced?
I saw some of it.
That Galaga guy's favorite type of home arcade system is My Arcade.
Well, yeah, we knew that. No, they've got a shit ton of stuff they're putting out there, and maybe they're just looking for retailers to see if they pick it up or not. But there's going to be like a handheld. There's going to be little miniature arcades. They're going to have little keychain devices that can play Galaga on them. So I totally thought a Galaga guy, like you can play Galaga on your keychain. He probably went to sleep.
So like portable VMUs that you can carry with you then, right?
Yeah. That have the arcade ROM on them.
Yeah, it was the Game Station Retro Go was one they announced.
There's a fighting one that they announced that is like a collab between Capcom and Namco.
Yeah, the Game Station Pro or Game Station Retros. That's the one that it's going to have Pac-Man, Galaga, Pole Position,
Can I share my screen?
Dig Dug, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man, Final Fight in 1942, and many more.
There's going to be a pole position game, little mini game. Did you guys like pole position? Pac-Man. Everyone's got Pac-Man. That's dumb.
I do want to correct myself. It looks like they didn't mention anything about monetization. They just said that the additional time will allow the team to better incorporate the player feedback gathered over the past 3 months and help create the best conditions for launch by continuing to engage with the increasingly positive Assassin's Creed community. So
that sounds like a toxic.
Yeah. So somewhere along the way, I must have picked up that somebody thought that it had to do with their pushing of, deluxe editions and things like that. But maybe it had to do with the story arc that they were worried about. Oh, they've hired leading advisors to help them. Yeah. Okay. Maybe maybe that's where I saw a little bit about that. Where I maybe drew a conclusion that it was them trying to figure out how to get around the negativity associated with the microtransaction stuff that I believe they've done in the past.
Is this Atari 50 thing new? $40, but like I don't know, Atari 50th. That was the 50th anniversary was 2 years ago. Lame.
Super chat. You got a super chat.
We got a super chat
from Little Alien. Thank you.
From Jason.
Super chat for the late night. Super chat for Ryan Summer. Super chat for Chris and Eric.
The more we hear that song, the closer we are to that crane machine.
Claw machine.
1944 claw machine.
I'm not getting that, Jason. We're not getting
Claw
a
machine.
claw
Well,
machine.
we have to
Bye.
find one of the 50 cent or whatever they're at now machines to
Maybe
go buy all
if there's
the
a little
jets.
My Arcade one. Yeah. Do they have any prices on these? Yeah. Can I make that bigger? Zoom. Looked like it was. Yeah. Okay. The Pac-Man one is $50. Pole position is $50. Where was the Galaga one? Here we go. Here you go, Galaga guy. Does this get you all hot and bothered this late at night? What the hell is that? What is that, Galaga guy? I mean, maybe I need to send you the link here. This is kind of a what is that? That's nothing I ever saw in the arcade. What the? That's crazy.
Oh, we got another super chat.
Oh, yeah.
The claw. The claw.
Uh-oh, Galaga guy hates this. This little Galaga machine.
That's because nobody wants to play with a little stick.
No, like Galaga guy, you got to get this. Thank you for the super chat. You got to get this, Galaga guy. This is
I
Galaga.
think the problem is the stick is little, but it's still too big, and it gets in the way of the even tinier screen.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, are we kind of tapped out with these little arcade machines at this point? I
Yeah,
mean,
think
it's
no refunds.
I think it's definitely worn out its welcome.
No, I agree. Yeah, they're grasping at straws at this point. The other part of it is like they're going to a fan base that's like, well, I don't know. I think Galaga guy, you're in maybe your late 30s. I don't know how old you are, but like most of the Galaga fans are going to be late 40s now. They're going into their 50s.
Galaga guy is
Like,
19 and actually super offended.
No, but I'm giving him a compliment. I think he's on the younger end.
Oh,
But like
the younger end of
the
30.
fan base is going to start
Wait,
dying
That
off.
sounds even worse.
It's not
Hey,
new,
Galaga guy.
It's not new blood in here that's playing Galaga.
I think you're on the younger
I mean,
end.
am
of
I
looking
right? Like
old.
it seems like a property that I don't know. I'm sure
It's timeless,
I'm
Ryan.
trying
It's
to-
timeless.
Yeah,
Anybody
it's
can
not-
love
Is it?
Galaga. It's awesome.
Is it though? I don't know. I'm sure Galaga guy, he would say something else, but I don't know.
Sure, it's great.
But yeah, that stick. This is the first time I've seen this stick.
You need to be online
Officially.
more.
How many games does it have?
It's got 1944.
Oh crap! There's high resolution images of this sucker.
You're gonna have to pixelate
Higher
out.
resolution than Galaga actually is.
Includes. Does it just have two games, Galaga and Galaxian? That can't be it,
No,
right?
it's games TB.
It's only £1, 1.3 pounds. You can buy it now. Galaga guy, you gotta review this on your channel, dude.
The Galaga guy, if you buy this, then we have to buy the claw machine.
No.
1 for 1.
Yeah.
It's a fair trade.
Yeah. It has a 9-volt battery in the back.
Wouldn't that be crazy though if like he got it and it plays Galaga better than his arcade machine that he's got in his room there? That'd be funny. Like, whoa, this is something else.
I'm actually jealous of his new place. He did a video like his room tour, like the basement area. He's got a
lot
yeah,
of
he did
space.
a good job.
He's got a lot of space on there for funtivities and stuff. So
Mhm.
He did a
Yeah.
good
So much
job.
room for activities.
yeah,
So much room for my arcades.
yep. I think he said he went and bought one too. Another one. I think
Another
he
one?
bought another one before he right after he bought the house. I think he bought it. He's in the chat. He can.
I
Tell
know
us.
he just bought that Snoopy pinball. I know that.
Oh, I thought he bought another. I thought he bought another machine to put in there.
Is he buying the claw machine?
No, we're buying the claw machine, and he's buying the.
Jason
Galaga.
does not like it either. Maybe that's gonna sell really good for them. I don't know. Yeah, no, this is bad.
Yeah.
Was there any other games you guys wanted to check out here? Let's see. There's a Mega Man one.
Is it Power Battles? It's probably Power Battles. Oh, it's not.
Looks like the
it's,
NES
Mega
games.
Man
NFL
1.
Blitz. Nice.
Mega Man 1.
There's an NFL Blitz?
No,
that's what Galaga guy bought
guy bought
for the home arcade.
NFL
that's a good
Blitz.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll have to... There's a My Arcade NFL Blitz? No. The Street Fighter one. Jeez, that's got some weird artwork on it. It's super tiny. This kind of reminds me of those little handhelds that you used to get like at the grocery store, or Fred Meyer or whatever, that had
the Tiger Electronics.
Yeah, Tiger Electronics. Huh. It's small. I don't know. Yeah. Nothing too good. Tetris 8-bit, Tetris 16-bit. What's the retro gaming one? Oh, I think these are some of their older products. Anyway. Interesting. There's a Revenge of Shinobi model with 3 vertical buttons is even worse.
No.
Such a dumb purchase. You can't play on them, and they look terrible. Oh man, you guys, this is a toxic fan community. Any final thoughts before we go, guys? I guess, man, I'm sorry we let you guys down on the Galaga stuff. Galaga guy, yeah,
I mean,
he's not
there
happy.
were some of those items at CES that I'm kind of excited for. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the new robot vacuum that picks up stuff off the floor to move it so it can vacuum. Have you seen that?
I saw a lot of the trend with robots is you make them cute and cuddly, and that's how they're gonna sell the robot, and that's how AI. That's how the Terminator is gonna take over. Well, I don't know what's that thing called. You know what I'm talking about.
There was the Imcon game controller where you can supposedly slap your phone just on the back of it. It can fit in your pocket. You can pull it out, put your phone on the back, and you have a controller at the go. Yeah. I don't know. Outside of the robot cleaner, I'm not too sure about a lot of the stuff that they showed off.
It's kind of a downer this year. There wasn't a whole lot of
the Roborock
NVIDIA announcement stuff. That kind of took the stage for most of it, right?
I mean, the cool thing, well, like Stern was there and had Dungeons and Dragons there to play. I know that Robosin was also there. They're the ones that make the Transformers. That.
Oh, did they announce anything?
No, I did talk to the guy in New York, and he said they're coming out with 3 Transformers this year, which I think is kind of a stretch. I think 3 is quite a few for.
Wait! 3 new ones? Oh crap! Which ones are they going to do?
He wouldn't tell me. I tried to pry it out.
This is a YouTube. Let's speculate here. They've already done.
I think they'll have 1 transforming one and 2 non-transforming ones.
Have they done Grimlock? They did
Mhm.
Grimlock. They did Optimus Prime. They've done
Megatron, Bumblebee.
Megatron.
Yep. And all those transform. Bumblebee does not.
Hmm.
So my guess is that they will have probably Soundwave will transform,
Starscream.
or Starscream, and Starscream will not transform.
What's the green and purple one that had all the Constructicons?
Devastator.
They need to do a Devastator and make it like
Too
huge.
hard.
Yeah, I don't think they would make that one transform though.
If that was like $500, but it looked really good,
It wouldn't be I would tell you, it would not be $500.
No.
It would probably be closer. If it transformed, you're probably pushing like $3,000. If it didn't transform, probably $1,012.
How much are the normal ones?
Which ones?
Like how much was the last
So
one?
Megatron was 700, and
shit.
then Bumblebee, who doesn't transform, was 300, and Optimus I think was 900 because it was the first. Grimlock is 1,500. And the trailer, they have a trailer too, which I got for I think what did I get that for? Five or six.
Five.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I got, because I got it at TFCon in March last year.
There was also some conversation on one of the last Lego videos I did about what the next Transformers Lego would be, and a lot of people don't think it's going to be. I can't remember their names now. The guy that turns into the gun.
Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron. Because Lego's doesn't have any real guns in their games.
That makes sense.
But they haven't done Grimlock, so Grimlock would be a good Lego.
I think they need to focus a
What do you
little
think?
bit more on some of like the main Decepticons and the main Autobots. I think that's what they need to do. Which is why I'm thinking that the next one they do is probably going to be an Autobot, because they just did Megatron. That's what I would.
Super chat song.
Oh, Galaga guy.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna watch that giveaway show and hope it goes in the trash, dude. I'm doing it.
I'm watching it too.
Same. I mean,
That'll actually probably do that video, Galaga guy? That's gonna put you over 1,000 followers.
is there a
Guaranteed.
way that what we can do is we could somehow incorporate the super chat song when the claw picks up a prize,
Yeah.
and then can we make that happen when you put a coin in?
Well, he's gonna get the iconic arcade that's gonna have the Raspberry Pi. He can just add that in, you know.
Just add it straight there.
Because any money we collect from the claw
sound
machine
insane. Do you realize that? You should be
will
medicated.
be like a super chat, and so it's justified, you know.
I just have the claw machine in the background. Yeah.
I mean, we got to be getting close. We got to be
All right.
getting.
The show's going off
Gotta
the
be getting
rails. Anyway, any other final thoughts before we go? Thank you for the super chat, Galaga guy.
Oh, I
You know,
can,
Galaga guy. You gotta buy that.
Final thought from me. I'm toying around. I keep toying around with the idea of building a Tron environmental arcade. But
Oh, Chris, do that again.
The
Sorry, Eric.
what are we doing?
mystery
Chris
box.
is sharing something.
Oh, it's mystery box.
Yeah, this is since I seem to have an issue with my webcam, trying to figure out, this is the item from the mystery box this week.
What mystery box? What are you talking about?
The one that Dathan gave me.
Nathan's
The-
box of goodies.
the
It's
treasure
Oh,
box.
Yeah,
You bought him this.
I didn't
I
buy
don't
him
know, he
anything.
bought
It was
it.
just, I didn't buy anybody anything. It was just floating around,
yeah.
It was just sitting around in
He
the
was-
closet somewhere.
he digging through the
The wife
trash.
saw it. like you got to get rid of that.
Yeah, I got
Give it to Chris.
way too much stuff. The garage has got a bunch more stuff that I gotta go through still. There's a bunch of Transformers and there's a bunch of other stuff that I gotta get rid of.
So
Anyway, all right. How do you end? Okay, all right, I got it. But Eric, what were you saying?
There's
I'm
a
sorry.
piece of hardware called a squawk and talk. I swear to God, that's what it's called.
Right.
That you would need to flash the ROM in order for it to have the right voice for the game that you're building, and I don't know how to do that. So if anybody knows anything about a squawk and talk ROM flashing, let me know.
For Discs of Tron, the original arcade machine.
Environmental, yeah. I was talking to Doug,
Hey,
and Doug
Corky.
said he didn't know anything about it because those squawk and talk boards come from old pinball things, and he said I should talk to Jason over at Star Tropics, and he'll know. So I'm gonna go talk to him also.
Did you try just Googling it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, there might be, if there's someone here, like some of you guys are, maybe Gallagher guy. I don't know.
Meatball Saucy might know. He's a pinball guy.
Meatball Saucy might know.
I found an article for
you
Eric. I can go ahead and send it to you. That's guy says you're going to need a schematic in order to understand what he's talking about, but it's
Cool.
all about the squawk and talk.
Nice.
Do you know anyone that has a Disc of Tron arcade
No.
machine?
No.
So you'd be like the only one.
You know, that would be a question for next level techs.
Oh yeah, those guys would know for sure.
Though I'm sure that somebody there would know.
But I don't know any of those guys.
Well, you can just ask.
Sure.
Well, you're on YouTube now,
Right.
so yeah,
Kind of a
they
big
gotta.
They're kind of a big deal.
Exactly. I mean, we're not an immortal John Hancock big deal yet, but we'll get there. Right, Dathan?
Man, I said nothing, and you have to bring stuff up.
Meatball Saucy says, "I know some things, but Squawk and Talk is not in my things bag."
Yeah.
Maybe Cornercade. Did you have the arcade 1-up Tron? Just sell that to Eric.
Wrong game. Not environmental.
It did. It had Discs of Tron on
not
it.
Environmental, dude. I need the floor to flash when I get hit by Sark.
Couldn't you just get that and then you could add some LCD lights or
Be a hell of a lot cheaper.
Exactly. Anyway, Travis, any final thoughts from you, sir?
No.
Are you playing
Not
Balatro?
yet. Maybe tonight.
Okay.
After I
Keep
beat
it
Star
that way.
Wars.
Keep it that way, Travis.
I should play it. I play Hearthstone more than any other game. If there's anybody that should be playing a viral card game, it should be me.
This is just brief. The thing about Balatro, I told somebody it made me feel like the first time. I'm old enough that computers that I first used didn't have GUIs, and the first time there was a GUI with Solitaire, dude, people would play Solitaire for hours. Because it was fun. You were playing a little card game by yourself. It was fun. That's what Balatro is like. The first time you were playing a card game on a computer, it was a neat experience, and it feels like that. That's what Balatro feels like.
It was like yeah, when you always remember your first girlfriend or whatever.
What's her name? Just kidding, Kelly. I got you.
Yep, good memories. Or maybe they're bad memories. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Dathan, you have any final thoughts, sir? It was great hanging out with you and Eric yesterday.
Yeah, we had good times. Not really anything. I guess on a more lighter note, what's going on in California is really bad right now. It's a shitty situation. Right. So if anybody in the chat knows anybody down there that's struggling, or going through some stuff, thoughts with you guys. It's a bad deal right now, and hopefully everyone can come out about this a little bit better, because things aren't very good down there right now.
And huge ice storm in Texas too, which didn't look good either. Or winter storm. Yeah. Chris, any final thoughts from you, sir, before we go? Oh, Meatball Saucy says try first to send it.
I am currently downloading it, so I will try it tomorrow for you, Meatball Saucy.
Okay.
No, it's yeah, the whole thing in California right now. It's the winds. Watching some of those videos, the winds are just horrible. It's not helping anything. So, if you know people down there, I know it's kind of a overused thing, but thoughts and prayers to those. Just everybody stay safe. You know, if you're able to get out, get out. Don't wait. But yeah, other than that, I'm just going to go back to Blatro after this.
Respect.
And yeah, I think I'll play some more Balatro too. I'm like 4 hours into it, so
I'm not touching the damn game. So stop sending me gifts saying join the dark side and come sit on the couch next to me or whatever the Homer Simpson was and whatever that was. And so
you can quit anytime
I
you
am
want,
not
Dathan.
touching it, doing nothing with it.
Meatball Saucy says he's looking forward to your review, Chris. So make it happen. Don't disappoint your fans. You're one fan, man. You better not disappoint him.
I'm all about disappointment. That's how my channel survives.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, you know what? Here's what you need to do. Talk about you had a major like slip and fall in your house.
Yeah.
That's what I would make a video about you happening. Like, talk about that. Make a video about that. That sounds crazy. Anyway, just a suggestion.
But that's not Blatro, so you know why would I talk about that?
Well, maybe you could say you were playing Balatro while it happened.
But then that's a negative thing towards Blatro, and I just don't want to do that.
Okay. Everybody, join the Discord right here. If you're not already, just scan that, and we appreciate if you want to talk to us offline. That's probably the best way right now. Give this video a like. We appreciate everybody. Thank you from the raid from Galaga Guy 88. You're the man. Thank you, everyone that's been in the chat. It's been fun. Next week we should have a show. So yeah, that's all I got. And real quick, did you guys watch the Ohio State Texas game?
I did. I watched. I think I didn't. I think after they got that last interception is when I turned it off. That was over. So
yeah. I was hoping Ohio State was going to lose, but
I think that
they
Texas lost the game more so than Ohio State won the game.
Yeah, it could be. So I'm going all Notre Dame at this point. Let's go. And NFL playoffs this weekend,
Yep,
right?
Go Bills. If the Bills go all the way, win the Super Bowl, I win a bunch of money. So fingers crossed.
Wait. Don't the Bills? Who do the Bills play?
The Broncos. Sunday.
Oh no, you gotta support Bo Nix.
No,
man.
I put money on who I think is going to go all the way, and then I let it ride all the way.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me?
I think it's going to be possibly the Lions and Bills in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, Adam on Twitter. Yeah, he's a big Lions fan. Talks about them all the time.
So if the Bills win the Super Bowl, I will donate $100 super chat for the Crane. If the Bills win the Super Bowl, I will
Don't talk about
$100.
it. Playoffs? You kidding
Super
me?
chat. You heard it right here.
Yeah,
50
that's why it's not going to happen.
Yep.
Who do the Chargers play?
the Texans. Is it the Texans?
Oh, they can beat.
I think it's the Texans, and then they had to move the Broncos Vikings game from LA to Arizona.
I'm gonna root for Chargers, and I'm rooting for Broncos. That's what I'm going with. But I guess they're both in the AFC, so I don't know I don't know. That's about all the NFL I know. Eric's checked out.
I don't.
He's still thinking about
That's
Distant
right. I
Drawn.
am. Actually, was yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Like this video on the way out. Consider subscribing. Subscribe to Asa Jack's Media Grounds. He needs another subscriber. So go check out his channel, everybody.
I'm 19
and,
away
thank
from my
you.
goal of 69 subscribers. Come on, people.
Very
Are you
good.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You got some subscribers?
I got 50.
Good
I just
deal.
need 19
Oh,
more.
okay. I thought you were at 50. Oh, okay. I couldn't do math. It's getting late. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.